This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
All right, we'll wrap it up with this. With everything going on and they want blood, what happens here? Oh, what do you tell the fan base? Is it status quo for the rest of the year, and then they'll probably address whatever they're going to address in the offseason?
Put your head down and work.
Right. Yeah, I figured.
And
yeah.
You know, I think you look at you put your head down, you work, you're patient, you watch the final product. You're not going to get blood. Steve Ross isn't going to give you blood.
No, I agree.
That's not how he rolls. That's not how he operates.
No,
what you might get is everything that Chris Greer has done in one off season or in 3 seasons being a failure will cost him his job. But even then, the one thing I like about this situation is Steve Ross has been in all those meetings. Steve Ross has listened to all the thought process. Steve Ross has read the draft reports. Steve Ross has been there when people were advocating for who. Steve Ross has heard how much you want to pay this player because he's going to fill this void. Steve Ross has heard how much Jalen Waddle is going to impact this offense directly. Steve Ross has heard it. Steve Ross has heard why we want to trade our draft pick and not the 49ers draft pick to the Eagles. Steve Ross has heard, and he knows who did what. And that's always going to be my saving grace, because a lot of people want to say, oh, these are Brian Flores' players. That's you. A lot of people want to say, oh, well, Chris Greer's done a horrible job running the organization and running the franchise and doing this and doing whatever. You know what? We don't know, because it was a collective together. They worked together. Now, the question is, yeah, somebody advocated for somebody more than the other. Who said Austin Jackson was going to be left tackle? Steve Ross knows.
Yeah.
And hey, when you come down, I think you look at it from his business acumen and where he specializes in his projects. And let's say you're building a building and 10 things go wrong. You hold the contractor responsible for those 10 things, right?
Of course.
And you say, when are these things going to be fixed and how are they going to be fixed?
Right.
And you listen to the report, whether you like it or not, it determines whether or not you fire them and go get a new contractor.
Right.
You know, we deal with this. With the EGD is going to do my repairs here for my kitchen. And you set a deadline, you have expectations, and you move forward. Steve Ross had expectations.
Yeah.
The project.
We all did.
The project is bust.
Yeah.
Now you got to figure out. You got to see how it finishes out. You got to see what problems get fixed. He's listening to Flores on how he's going to fix the problems, and you evaluate it at the end of the year, man. And you see how it pans out. If this quit, I think the only chance Flores has of not being retained is if the team quits on him, and I think they're close.
Well, they didn't quit yesterday. They played hard yesterday.
They didn't quit yesterday, but they're close.
They're incompetent. They're not right now. I'm not seeing a quitting team. That I can.
They're not quitting. They're not quitting, but I can tell you they're close. They don't believe.
Yeah, they haven't quit, but yeah, they're. We'll see. I mean, I don't know.
But you know what? When you don't have a belief in the things that your organization how do you get outsmarted on the last play of the game? That's your job.
Right, and those are the things that end up. Yeah, that's how you lose your team.
That's how you lose your team.
Right. Those are the things that if they continue to mount, then I'm with you that you'll eventually lose your team.
But
yesterday he didn't have a team.
No. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that they quit on him. I'm not saying that they're going to quit on him. To me, you got to play more than Mac Hollinses. You got to play the guys that are going to run through a wall for you and set the tone. Who's out there setting the tone for this team?
I've been wanting Mac Hollins on the field for a while. I want Kirk Merritt on the field. Okay.
Yeah, no, you've gone too far there.
If you're going to give Albert Wilson time, give me Kirk Merritt instead of Albert Wilson.
Here we go with the Albert Wilson slander. Listen,